like to support the channel. Also, you can do it by way of Patreon, Anchor, the clothing store, and also the shoe shop that is listed in the comment description below. And again, thank you to any and all of you guys who have been here to support this channel during the 2+ year period. I wouldn't be able to do what I do every single day without you.
Will Smith is a twat.
Oh, I liked him.
Will Smith has been hiding the fact of who he really is, and it was exposed that night that he's really an. But I wasn't allowed to say anything at that time because we were part of the committee that was supposed to punish him.
And how do you punish him?
Wow, wait. Just back up a second. Hang on.
I want to know
Will
what the punishment
Smith is like, for me, when I met him, right, I always say.
Like the nicest, most wonderful. He's a liar. Complete, utter fraud. Will is a douchebag, and that's something that you can't. The thing is, that's how politically correct the Academy is.
Right.
That they were so cowardly. Because if I would have done that, they would have been hauled out to prison. But because they were so worried about being, racist. Violence is what it is, and what the color of your skin or your religion doesn't matter.
Sure.
If you commit a crime in front of other people, you get hauled out of there.
Yeah, but didn't you also sort of think, he's standing up for his missus? You didn't like that?
It doesn't matter. You can't hit another dude.
So I just want people to understand this, regardless on how you feel about Will Smith. I done seen it all over many videos that I've done before dealing with Will Smith and Jada and Chris Rock and everything like that. I've gotten various comments of some people supporting Will Smith, some people disagreeing, some people in the middle. Again, regardless on however you feel about him, that's personal, right? My main thing is this. Nobody finds it quite odd and a little bit strange that all of a sudden, after about a year or two of the quote-unquote slap that shook the world, right? This is I want people to also notice this. People really hype this up as if it was the worst thing that people have ever seen. Looking at social media, looking at different wars, looking at all things going on all over the world. This one thing that Will Smith did was the worst thing that people were literally floored. People were shocked and appalled. I'm like, you have to be kidding me. We literally got civil wars going on, in different areas of the world. We literally have missing children. We have things going on with women. We got people in the VA not able to get the proper needs that they need. We have people that are suffering from lack of clean water in the United States. And you mean to sit up here and tell me? Oh, I forgot to mention, we also have people in zombie land in a lot of areas around the United States because, people allowed the addicts to, get the things that they need, right? But even though we got all of those, oh, my bad. Let me not forget, we also have the chemical explosion that took place in, East Palestine, Ohio, where, a train derailed, chemical explosion happened, all of that went directly to the clouds. The clouds are like, hey, we're not going to keep this here. And it poured back down onto the people, on the houses, on the ground, in the creeks, in the rivers, in the aqueducts, on the playgrounds, everywhere. All of those chemicals rain down, and it's probably still not clean, and it will never be clean. But yet that slap was the worst thing? Really? So we got Stephen A, being the talking head that he is, going out here and using his platform to talk about Will Smith when he could have actually did this privately, which for whatever reason he decided not to do. But I know why he did it, because he did it for clout. He did it for views. He did it to try to be the one main person to stand up against all the other ones that are afraid against the big bad Will Smith, right? That's what he wanted to show forth. That's what he wanted to bring forth, right? In order to make his owners happy, right? Because again, you got to wonder, what made Stephen A speak about this after all of this time when nobody else, even mainstream media, was no longer talking about it? Pretty much white people weren't even talking about it. But then after him, now you got Rob Schneider. Rob Schneider, my guy, when is the last time you did anything worthwhile? Nobody of this generation really even knows who you are. You are literally retired. Your jersey is not even hanging up in the bleachers. Maybe if this was like back in like the 90s or something, it was like, yeah. But you were just like the funny, weird looking comedian guy that, had some, dumb stuff going on where people like, ha, 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 he. That was it. Nobody is really pulling out, old films of like Rob Schneider, like, yeah, we're going to have a Rob Schneider marathon. It's like, yeah, this was like really the best comedic actor. Like he was really, really sitting up there doing it. And I'm like, what makes you come directly out and now you want to start talking about Will Smith? After all this time? After all this time. Let me repeat again. After all this time? And then you had the gall to say that you were amongst or within the committee who was supposed to punish Will Smith. What committee is this? I would like to know the name of this committee. I have my theories. I have my theories. But I would love to know who and who else are a part of these committees. Right? This almost sounds like a secret organization. Like it's weird out here. And then on top of that, he's telling this story outside of what seems to be the United States, because I think I'm hearing a little bit of a Australian accent. I know it's not American. I can tell you that, right? And he's telling us, and then the people are just sitting up here eating it up. I'm like, you have to be kidding me. I'm like, it really makes a lot of money, and it really sells pretty well to talk negatively about somebody black. It don't matter who it is, as long as you got a story and you're just semi-famous. You can just bring up somebody black and then automatically it'll just put you right back in the spotlight where you never were, in a sense, to begin with, especially during this timeline. That's crazy. That is 100% crazy. And like I told people before, you got to start to question and look at a lot of people a little bit strange. Because again, nobody was focused on this. Let's just go back, and we remember that everybody was talking about the whole Cat Williams thing for about a good month, 2, maybe 3. Right? And then we got to the point in time where Drake and Kendrick, they were having their beef. In between then, we had things going on with Tiffany Haddish. We had Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt going on with their whole thing. We had some little here and there things going on with Britney Spears. We had some things going on with JoJo Siwa. We had some things going on with Taylor Swift, right? We had a lot of things going on with a variety of celebrities. Then you also heard about the thing about the lady who took the life of Selena getting out, right? And again, we got to let me just not forget. Then we also got the whole thing dealing with Diddy, correct? And then we also had some things going on where people wanted to bring back up Michael Jackson. So, I'm just saying, there were an abundance of things going on that were transpiring. But at no point in time did you hear somebody such as Rob Schneider deciding that he wanted to come up and start speaking about Will Smith. Nowhere did you hear Stephen A. talking about he wanted to speak about Will Smith. But all of a sudden, when things cool down, where there seems to be really no serious news about any type of celebrity, now you got these things taking place. And people wait to do this the moment in time somebody starts to go right back up to the spot that they used to be at. Because when Will Smith was doing the Emancipation, where were all of these talking heads at? Where was everybody that wanted to bring up and start talking about Will Smith all of a sudden? They wasn't saying that. They was quiet. They were staying directly in their seats, focused on something else. But the moment in time that another movie, which is pretty famous, which is pretty big, which is a part of a franchise, Bad Boys comes out, everybody's like, oh, this would be a great time to sit up there and talk about Will Smith. This would be a great time to sit up there and bring up his name so that I can have a little bit more relevancy versus what I had prior. And like I said before, somebody like Rob Schneider, how many times have you heard Rob Schneider talk about any of his peers, that match the exact same skin complexion? How many? Because I can list you stories about other male actors who are horrible, detrimental, bad, right? They've done any and everything physical to people and also have phone calls. And some of them may have taken lives, aka Bow Bow Alec Baldwin. Or as I like to say, Alec the Bow Bow Baldwin. But here we are. You don't really hear Rob Schneider saying anything about a lot of these other guys who look just like him. Interesting, isn't it? Very interesting. Very interesting. And then, like I said before, supernaturally, you have all of this abundance of support for Chris Rock when you never really heard any of these people utter or mention Chris Rock's name. A little bit odd. A little bit odd. But, I'm just a conspiracy theorist. I'm just you know, saying anything, at this moment in time. I'm just saying, to me, it seems and it looks a little bit weird. I'm not sure if anybody else noticed it, but here we are. And then not to mention that we got more pressing issues such as the bird flu, which, they're working on some different, medical things, when dealing with that. But like I said, the slap, that's we're in 24 at this moment in time, and we're still talking about this. Okay, yeah, no problem. But anyways, let me know what you guys think about this video and everything that I listed in the comment description below. And as always, peace, love, and stay tuned for the next video.